friend of mine asked me if I wanted to join a dog rescue from Humane Society, and I said yes. My intention when I say yes to go with this team was to learn, to see, and to help. HSI had this amazing campaign to end the dog meat trade. They work with the farmer and help them transition from a dog meat farm to something else, something they want to do. The reason they're able to do that is the dog meat trade is becoming less and less popular in South Korea. Dog farmers are actually reaching out to HSI to get the help. They are losing money, they want to get out of the business, but they don't necessarily know how. When the farmers enter a contract with HSI, they stop selling, killing, or breeding the dogs on the farm, and they are under quarantine on site at the farm. There are vets coming and doing vaccinations. When the quarantine is over, then there is a HSI team coming, and that's where I tagged along to take all the dogs out of the cages and sending them to a new life. I start walking through the aisles and the rows of cages. All those cages are elevated from the ground. So basically the dogs are walking on wires. So what you have under those cages is actually a mound of feces. There was rats. I mean, even during the day, rats were running around. The smell was horrible. It was outdoor farm, but still you could smell. It was horrible. And there is nothing in the cages, nothing for the dog to do. Nothing prepares you, and when you walk, see, hear, and smell, what's happening. And then I enter a row where all the moms were, all the breeding mothers were, and they had their puppies with them. And then there was this cage where Skye was with her 5 puppies, and our puppies are like big, fluffy teddy bear, very super cute, and she was all skinny in the back, and you could see her ears, down, very fearful. But at the same time, she was very curious, very, checking me out, like, am I interacting well with her babies? And when she saw that I was not a threat, she came closer, and I think I don't know how to describe it, but something in her eyes caught my attention, like, cry for help. And in the emotional state I was, she immediately it was like, she's going to be the one coming with me home. She had a big wound. Actually, she broke a wrist. I didn't know that, but she was limping badly. She had a big open wound that was obviously very infected. You could see, things oozing from it, and she was not using that leg. Any of those dogs rescued from such terrible situations all have some emotional trauma, and that's challenge number 1. Challenge number 2 with Skye is she had a medical issue. She had this broken wrist, this open wound, and we had to take care of that first thing. So she is scared of us. She's scared of her new home, and we have to bring her to the vet, give her medication, change her bandage every day. It was very overwhelming for her and very stressful for us.
Well, the first couple of days she didn't want to really get out of the crate, and then she figured out outside was great, and then she didn't want to come in anymore. Initially, she would stay pretty far away from us, and then over time, day after day, she would get closer and closer, 10 yards, 5 yards, until she felt comfortable just like a couple of yards from us. And now in the morning and in the evening, she comes in our living room and lays with us, while that was unimaginable at the beginning, because she would never want to be in a place where she would feel trapped. She's doing things that, a normal dog would do. So enormous progress.
Luckily, within 3 weeks, her wound healed very nice, and actually it's totally closed now, which allowed us to just love her. Just work on the emotional part, give her time to just get adjusted. Everything is so new for her. Today I'm not able to touch her yet. I really want to go and pet her and cuddle with her and say everything is fine. I'm not doing that. She's too scared of that. So we are slowly working on, building confidence, bonding. We discovered that she's still very much a puppy at heart, and she never had a toy, and she's having so much fun playing with that.
Every time I tell people, we have a new dog, and I explain where she comes from, it's always an opportunity to tell people about other farmed animals. Because everybody feels very concerned when they hear about Skye's life and dog farming. While her life was really bad, but it wasn't any worse than we treat chickens or pigs, probably maybe even a little bit better.
One of the things that struck me when I entered that dog meat farm and I saw all those animals in cages, that brought me back to the visit I did to a battery cage farm here in California. The farm looks exactly the same. You have the animals crammed into cages. Those cages are not touching the soil. All the feces are piling under the cages. The similarity was very striking. I really don't see a difference between that dog meat farm and this chicken egg layer farm that I saw here in California.
I think the other thing that's important as a comparison is that the people who have these dog meat farms, they're not evil people. They're farmers who try to make a living. They're very similar to farmers who have pigs and chickens here. The system brings it in such a way that that's the job they have, and the more you scale, the more you focus on profit, the worse it becomes, and it's kind of inevitable.
If you want to make a difference and help ending the dog meat trade, there is 2 ways. One, you can adopt a dog that have been rescued, and they will be available throughout the shelters in the United States and Canada. Or you can donate to the Humane Society International campaign. Those rescue cost a lot of money, so any donation is welcome.